Hey everybody, welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. Oh, we're going to continue. I'm going to break out my yo-yo journal. That was the collaboration between Liz over at Buttons for Brains and I have been working on. I'm trying to get this finished up. The last page that we worked on together was this one here out of the Daphne Diaries magazine, and I just love it. So I found another page I want to complete. This is Liz's page. She used some vintage women from a sewing pattern in here. And there's a really cute little tag. She has a pocket here. And I'm going to continue on this page right here with the theme of the vintage sewing gals, because I love working with them. And these are two really pretty tags, Book of Dreams and Poems. But she made this beautiful little pocket and she fussy cut around this image here. And I love it. This is right up my alley. So what I want to do is I'm going to pick out from Daphne's Diary. I'm going to try to find, when I think I have a background paper for here, and I picked out, I already chose, but I want to show you, because I have everything here chosen, but I want to show you, I purchased off of eBay a couple years ago, the pattern books that you used to see, the vintage style ones. These I think are from these 1970s. I don't remember. This is Butterick, and these are the full pages. I was actually thinking of using this scale and this scale here for that page, because I think both of these would have been just lovely. This is very summery, this scale here, and all the colors match. I was thinking about using her, and I was thinking about using this scale, because same thing. She would have been great for this page as well, but I came up with a little different idea. But I really enjoy working with all of these images. They are larger. These they're at least 12 inches. Yeah, these all measure, the biggest ones measure around 12 inches. See that? From head to toe. And I like using these because my mom was such a great seamstress. I like to use these and plan on using them in my mom's scrapbook with her photos, fussy cutting them, and I just love them. So I sold a lot of these. I had 2 books, and I had a couple gals that gobbled them up when I did batches of them. And I have children. I still have some little girls left over, which are adorable. And I just really enjoy, here's toddlers, using them. I'll use these when if I have a granddaughter, I'll incorporate these in a scrapbook with her photos. So I just wanted to give you a little show and tell of those. This is what I have left. And I just love them. Love them, love them, love them. So today we're going to, like I said, we're going to work on this page here. And the paper doll images that I've chosen, I first chose these 2 little girls because I think they will go quite nicely with the pinks and everything on here. And I was going to use them individually, but then I found this gal here, and I just think she's just really, really slick, and she will fit perfectly. So this is the mom with her twin girls. So I'm going to be fussy cutting those, and I think I'm going to try to use this paper. Now, in the back of Daphne's Diary, there's some nice scrapbooking papers and such that can be used. All right. And I think this one might be quite lovely to go on here. I'm going to have to see how it all blends. I may have to use more greens, but I think these flowers match really, really, really lovely with what Liz incorporated. So I'm going to try that. So we can have a little chat session, and I'll get these ladies cut out, if you don't mind, on camera today. And if you don't want to listen to me jibber jabber and cut, I always have to look at the back side because I want to make sure that I'm not cutting something that I like better. But this is just fine. And I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to cut them up like this and save this part here because I can use that for something else. And when I cut like this and there's something on the other side, I try not to take more than I have to. So I could use her little head for something, and I could use her cute little head for something else. And then I still have these girls to use. And then I'll do the same with the mom over here. They've got great faces. I could use those faces, but sometimes I hold them up to the light too, and I see where I'm going to cut, but she's going to interfere with this blonde here. So always check the back side of your paper. To make sure. So she's intact. I can use her head for something. And I'm just going to go around her, see if there's anything on this side I can salvage after taking her. Yeah, see, so you wouldn't want to throw something like this away, because what you can do is you can cut this off in a straight or even cut it at a little angle here, right to where you cut it before. So now you have a straight line on this. I'll just show you how you can still use her. So then that way, if you have a page, say you want to add something, but you don't have the hole, you can add her like this. So all you would have to do is fussy cut her out, and she can be on the side, or if you have it something like this, she can be on the inside. So don't think that these are ruined. Don't throw them away. Just make your cut, set it aside, and use her on another page. Oh, so what's going on today? Not much. I have a very sleepy dog resting in my chair. And it's only 9:35 a.m. But the girls have it down. I get my videos when it's like mass production day, and I'm trying to get a bunch of videos done in one day, because now that summer is here, mowing season's here, I'm still doing family scrapbooking. When I do my mass producing, my mass video making, it leaves a lot of, it will leave a couple weeks for me to sorry, I can't, sometimes I can't talk and do this at the same time. It leaves a lot of time. I'll have maybe 2-3 weeks to get things done outside. I don't do this in the wintertime. I don't make video after video after video because I have nothing to do outside other than, you know, maybe go out and play with the girls in the snow, or on a nice day, maybe take a snowshoe. But I don't even do that much anymore. It amazes me for somebody that could go for a very big hike in the winter up a mountain, and it starts out at 10 below zero, 5 below, and go for a 8-hour hike, 6-hour hike. I can't even bring myself to go out in my own yard and do a snowshoe anymore. I remember when I used to hike. So I'm talking back in 14, 15, and 16. Mostly 15 and 16. Because my boys graduated in 2016. In their junior and senior year, oh my gosh. So that's what, 8 years ago? I would hike, oh God, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5:30. My backpack would be all packed. They had to be at school. I do shorter hikes if I had to drop them at school and pick them up. They had to be at school at 7:30. And then I would take off up north. I didn't want to drive too far because sometimes, I mean, the big mountains that I would climb, it was an hour and 15-minute drive just to the parking lot. And then it would be a good 45-minute to an hour walk to the trailhead. And then you'd start your hike. So that's why you had to get up really early in the morning because of time. You know, when I had, like I said, when I had to pick the boys up at 3 o'clock. So I only had 6-7 hours to play. I know it sounds like a lot, but when you hike like that, it's not. And in the winter, you have to start even earlier because you're hiking, you know, to beat, you know, the dark, because the dark starts to set in on a mountain about 4 o'clock. So you'd want to be on that mountain by 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, you drive in the dark, and then you start as the sun comes up, and it is cold. But those were some of those 2 years that I hiked like that. It was unbelievable. And it's, my husband used to, you know, the whole point of this was I would hike usually, well, 3 days a week, and then every Saturday and Sunday. And some days he wasn't too happy with me because it was my drug. It's like skiing. You know, once I started downhill skiing, I wanted to go every day. That's expensive. Back when, you know, when it wasn't. Now, forget it. But I would, that's all I wanted to do was hike. Hike. And the bigger the mountain, the better. But he doesn't have hobbies at home. So those were long days for him. But once in a while, you know, especially on the cold days, he'd have a nice fire in the fireplace waiting. But yeah, I was definitely addicted to the hiking. But now my knees can't take it. So I go on my elliptical, but now I'm addicted to my Peloton. Once I start shedding inches and I get in a workout mode, my whole eating habit changes. My rides get longer. Yesterday I did a 60-minute ride. I did 15 miles and I thought, well, did I really get, what did I got a lot from it, but I like the 90-minute rides. A 90-minute ride is about 20 to 22 miles. I know it's a lot. You're probably all going, oh my God, I can't even do 3 miles. But I just work up to it. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. But once I start, I can't stop. Okay, all right. So let's get this page out of here. Let's see what this looks like. And I got to get these lazy, sleepy girls. They got to get out for their WALK as well. All right, so if I put this here like that, all right, are these going to, oh, I think these will be just nice. Put one here. I think that'll be a nice background. All right, so I'm going to use this paper here, but I would like to incorporate some of these roses. So let's see where I'll get the best bang for my buck. Maybe here, this side, because the mom will be here in the taller end. So we will do that. Let me cut the end of this a little bit straighter. Okay, so let's get this measured up. And where's my little clear? Let's see here. Okay, let's use this. This might help me a little bit better with the measuring. So I'm thinking, I always like to have a little border. Okay, it's definitely 8 inches. So let's get the 8 inches. I don't want to break anybody's legs over there. So we're going to do the 8 inches. Okay, and then we are going to, just going to fold this, make a little pinch right here. And then I can all right, and I guess I didn't have, I honestly thought it would be a little bit more, but that's okay. I think that'll be pretty. And I'm going to get the ends inked up. I'm going to show you something what I do, because this is kind of flimsy paper, and when I want to ink the edges, it doesn't, sometimes it just doesn't work. So what I do is I take something hard. You could even take a manila envelope, and I just put it on something rough, not rough, but heavier. And I just ink it up this way, okay? That way your paper doesn't crinkle on you or rip or tear. It's not flopping all around. Like that just happened. Flop, flop, flop. As long as you have a nice surface behind it. So that's just a little tip and trick that I do. Okay. All right, so that is done. Because this is pretty flimsy paper to be doing all of that. All right, so we're going to get this down. We'll get this glued down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just adhere this with some glue stick first, and then I can do the edges. And again, I'm not sewing this. I'm trying to do a few things where, because I know everybody does not have a sewing machine. And I don't want anyone to think, well, I can't do that because I don't have a sewing machine. Well, you don't have to have a sewing machine, and you don't have to do stitching. I do stitch a lot of my pieces, but again, I want to do things for gals that maybe don't have one as well. Because I don't want to leave anybody out. Okie dokie. All right, so now we have that. Got that going on. And we have our gals here. So there's Mom. Let's see, let's take a look at there. We're going to want her here because of her and I want to add, I'm going to see if I can find a little saying or something to put with these gals and a couple other little pieces, and we'll be right back. All right, so what I did was, you know me with my polka dot, my black polka dots, I added a little bit here on this page because this was pretty plain up here, and I just wanted to tie these two pages together, so I added a strip here, which I wanted to do, and then I just added another strip up here. So it's a nice way to tie your pages together. Don't forget your washi tape. So what I did was I have a calendar. It's old, and it's called Seize the Day, and it has all these wonderful sayings in here. And I'll pull a lot of sayings from here to add to my pages. So this one I just found really appropriate. seeing that Mother's Day is coming up, and that I've always loved these little paper dolls. I've always loved the vintage images of girls and women. And I want to add this. It says, what one loves in childhood stays in the heart forever. So it kind of has a dual meaning, you know, with my mom and with these cute little images. So I'm going to cut this out and we're going to get it framed, and I'm going to put it on the page. So that's another good way to, I'm going to put the gal's name on here who quoted this, but I may end up cutting it off. I may not, it may be too big for the whole area where I'm thinking of putting it. But when you go to your local bookstore or you go to a garage sale, whatever, if somebody has an old calendar, grab it. You know, if it has sayings like this on there, or, you know, photos you might be able to use. I don't want to just put that on there. I'd like to back it. I'd like to put a little frame on this. I could put something like that where it adds just a little bit of oomph behind there. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll glue this down on here, and I'm going to just add a smidgen of ink. Little tweezers here. And I'm just going to kind of put this down a little bit because I'm going to trim it. I have a way of trimming this on my trimmer here where I can get all the sides pretty much the same width. I guess that's what you call it, all the way around. There. All right, we'll just push all this aside. Don't need that. And I think this will work out fine if I put the mom here and then the two girls side by side. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to get this right up here. Like that. And we will get the mom on over here. I could work with these women all day long, either making journals or tags. I just love them. I love these retro. And it is true. You know, I mean, I loved the clothes back then and all the ladies' hair, and growing up, seeing all of the fun styles. And there we go. I'm going to put these two. I'm going to put her like this. Maybe I can bring her down a little bit. I want to connect their arms a little. So So I think that'll be fun like that. So I'm just going to, let me make sure that that's where I want to. I could put them, no, because then I don't have it like that. I think I'll do it that way. She's looking down at her mom's shoes. There we go. And when you put, because this is delicate paper, and you're using the art glitter glue, you kind of have to work fast when you put them down because this art glitter glue sticks quickly. So we're going to get her little, I'm going to work this way right next to the mom's elbow. And then this will all fall into place here on this side. And her foot at the very bottom here. There. We're going to get her little curl down so it doesn't. There. And I think these two pages really complement each other. So you have the pinks, you have the little roses behind here. Yeah, that's cute. What one loves in childhood stays in the heart forever. That's Mary Jo Putney. So that's it for today. That's all I'm going to do in my yo-yo journal. So take a look. I don't know where if you are interested in some of these dolls, the paper dolls, the vintage sewing catalogs, go on eBay. I'm sure that there are still some on there. They are hard to find, though. They're not like you can't walk into your wallpaper store and ask for a wallpaper book. They just don't have these anymore. So take a look on eBay if you're interested. I'm positive you'll be able to find either some Simplicity, these are Butterick, or McCall's. So thanks for joining in today, everybody. I appreciate you all. I love your comments. Continue to comment. If you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.